Well, I have a great job. I have the greatest job in the world.
Chris is really kind of what I would call as a leader, the total package.
He is an exceptional leader, exceptional mind, great strategist, and fundamentally a good person, a phenomenal role model.
I never thought I would be a CEO. I never grew up with that aspiration. I wanted to do a good job and have a good career.
He's a transformative leader who expects growth, expects results, and supports his people on that journey.
You look at somebody like that and you know that he is the product of his life's journey, of the values that were instilled in him when he was a child.
Yeah, my parents were a huge influence on me. They were both tremendous people. They had tremendous work ethic, tremendous values, and they had high expectations for all four of their kids.
Chris Policinski grew up as the youngest of those four kids, enjoying small-town life in South Bend, Indiana. And just like many other business leaders of today, he started off as a paperboy.
Well, you know, first of all, it's the kind of job you can get as a kid, so that I think that's got something to do with it. But secondly, it does teach you all of the basic elements of running a business. You know, you've got to engage, you've got to get up on time, and you've got to be diligent and get your work done. And you know, if you think about it, those are the kinds of things that you do in any business, but at a much larger scale.
Chris also learned the value of education and dreamed that one day he would graduate with a business degree from Notre Dame.
And I just grew up thinking that's where I would always go to school. In fact, I only applied to one school, which was Notre Dame, so it's lucky I got in.
He later obtained an MBA from New York University and married his wife Anne in 1981. They now have 3 grown children. Along the way, he continued to build his career and gain valuable experience.
I think the skills that I have now that allow me to function in this role well would be the breadth of my career experiences. And as the years unfolded, different opportunities were presented, either in the company I was in to take a different role or a different job or move to a different function. Moving to Land O'Lakes was no different. I got a call one day saying there was a job open at Land O'Lakes in a leadership position around the strategy aspect of the business. And I said, why not?
Chris joined Land O'Lakes in 1997 and now has more than 35 years of experience in the food business. He became CEO in 2005, and since then, his leadership at Land O'Lakes has sparked tremendous growth, doubling profit margins.
Yeah, we've revised our purpose statement to one that says, feeding human progress is what we're all about. And you might say that's a grand statement for a butter company, but when you think about our portfolio, Land O'Lakes Foods, Purina Animal Feeds, Winfield United Crop Inputs, and the fact that we're farmer-owned, it really does fit.
I really think Chris, as a leader, is uniquely committed to transformation and growth.
This growth journey, what he's been able to do with the company, what he's been able to create, how he's been able to impact the broader community and the world community is probably one of the most impressive things I've seen.
Some really wise farmers about 4 decades ago said, let's define the neighborhood as the world. There are folks who are really struggling with getting food on their table. And given who we are, we know a lot about getting food from the farm to the marketplace. What if we applied those skills on a nonprofit basis to parts of the world that really needed help?
And he believes that goodness and prosperity can and should be shared throughout Land O'Lakes, throughout the Twin Cities community, really throughout the world.
This environment, with the technology we have today, the opportunity to take advantage of how smart we all are versus how smart any one individual is enormous.
This is about investing your time in things that are critically important to this community, and that's what I would say he, his wife Anne, his family, and then the rest of the organization tries to do.
And in this community, he's done so much. He cares about children, he cares about people who have fewer advantages than he does.
And we give back in a variety of ways. Food aid, education, health initiatives around the Twin Cities and in rural America. We also ask our employees to get engaged, and we give them some time off to do that.
Certainly his impact on what he's invested his time and talent in this community will continue for generations, and I think that that's everybody's responsibility and legacy. Have you left it better? He's left it amazingly better.
And the single most important thing I can say to young people now is to engage. Sometimes that's hard to see when you're doing a basic job or you're making copies to support somebody. But you know, if you do the best you can at those, folks notice. And that's how you get that next opportunity. Put a lot of effort into it and take pride in what you do. Do the best you can.